23 years ago, in celebration of the Cooper Union's 125th anniversary, the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences revived a tradition of student oratory in the Great Hall. Each year, the Senior Council sponsors an oratorical competition judged by a jury of invited faculty. The winner delivers the student address at commencement. This year, the class of 2007 selected engineering student Leah, a recipient of the prestigious National Science Foundation Research Fellowship. Leah will continue her studies next year at Princeton University as a President's Fellow. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2007 speaker, Leah Issaroff.
Who is that girl? What is she doing up there? Admit it, as I walked up onto the stage, most of you whispered that to your neighbor and perhaps flipped through the program in the hopes of finding some answer. Oh yeah, and for those of you who haven't found it yet, I'm on page 3. You're probably not going to find much there. I am not some accomplished author or public figure who has been brought here today to share with you some inspirational advice that I learned through my crazy adventures. In all truth, I'm exactly the same as half the people listening to me right now. My classmates sat next to me over the past 4 years, absorbing the same exact things that I know today. So what really makes me different? Fine, most people haven't actually fallen asleep in class on the first day of school, but I don't really think that's the type of uniqueness I should be going for. My short 22 years of life have really just been defined as living the life of a student. The role of a student is to be open, to receive that which is offered to you in any medium, analyze, question, and evaluate it, and store it away for the future. A student is guided through these formative years by his role models, absorbing as much as he can from his parents and teachers, and then all of a sudden the path of life reaches the supposed major turning point, college graduation. Some people view this as the end of your student life, where now you are expected to go out and change the world. But these people focus so much on giving, they forget their capacity to receive and to learn. If you leave here today thinking that you already know everything, you will intellectually remain a college student for the rest of your life, which is just a little bit frightening. I grew up in a family with 6 children, all of whom were born within a 9-year period. Needless to say, things were always a little bit crazy at home. My mother raised us basically single-handedly, a daunting task which she miraculously pulled off. As a kid, I never understood how my mother just knew how to do everything. I would always be asking her, "Mom, how did you learn how to cook?" Her answer would always be the same. "Leah," she would say, "I learned it in mommy school." "Mommy, where did you learn how to change diapers?" "Mommy school." She may have just been trying to get me to stop asking her questions, but I actually believed her. I grew up thinking that after grade school, I would go to high school, and after high school, I would go to college, and after college, I would go to mommy school, where I would learn everything I would need to know for the rest of my life. Well, I have news for you. There is no such thing as mommy school. I know you're probably crushed. I was too, and I found out. It was probably around the same time that I realized if I swallow my chewing gum, it won't actually grow a gum tree in my stomach. But that's another story. The point is, there is no one place where you can learn everything and be prepared for the rest of the world. Education is a never-ending process which continues throughout your life. You can't leave here today thinking that you're set, because things change, the world changes. The rules that govern our lives today may be drastically different tomorrow. Even just think about how much has changed during our lifetimes. We were born into a world without internet, without cell phones, things which define our lives today. Don't think that today your learning is complete, because your whole education up to this point may just be irrelevant in the world of tomorrow. Never stop learning. Embrace change and incorporate it into the foundation of your knowledge you have already established. While the Cooper Union has provided us with a brilliant education, it could only prepare us for so much, as the studies of engineering, art, and architecture are intended to be adaptive forms. So much of art and architecture is about designing with the surrounding space in mind, with the end result being a reflexive enhancement of the art form itself by its beautification of the surroundings. And of course, as we students of the engineering school have so often been told, engineering is about problem solving. Every problem is different and will therefore require its own different solution with its own creative approach. And so, who is this girl? Like I said before, I'm just a student. That's all I have ever been up until now, and so that's all I can really speak about with some semblance of expertise. I have no clue what's out there in the greater world, but I can tell you about the importance of learning. Never stop. As Hillel the Elder stated, he who does not increase his knowledge decreases it. He who learns not forfeits his life. To the Cooper Union, its faculty and administration, thank you for providing us with an invaluable education. Peter Cooper saw the importance of education and established an unparalleled institution of higher learning that guaranteed a full scholarship to every student. We are privileged to benefit from his legacy, and I hope that we will continue to bring honor to it throughout our lives. Some parting words to my classmates. To the students of the School of Art, there were often times when I would sit behind you in a shared humanities class, looking over your shoulder in amazement at some of the doodles you would be scribbling. They were probably just doodles to you, something produced effortlessly and with little thought, but to me they would be the caliber of something I'd display on my walls. So while personally I still don't understand why many of you choose to wear the weirdest pairs of eyeglasses you could get your hands on, or pierce your ears with those types of earrings that stretch out your earlobes into loops, I can honestly say that you and your work have been an inspiration. You are truly blessed, and I have no doubt that you will continue to inspire others with your artistic creativity the way that you have inspired me. To the students of the School of Architecture, I really wanted to come up with something to poke fun of you guys as well, but then I realized I don't actually know any architecture students. So I hit the streets, started asking around if anyone knew anything weird or funny about the architects. Well, the typical response was something along the lines of, I think they spend all their time in their studios. So I'm really happy to see that you've decided to leave your studios for a couple of hours so you could be with us at your graduation. Hi. It's really nice to meet you. Seriously though, there is a reason you spent all your time in your studios. You were chosen for your incredible talents in an extremely selective admissions process and have spent the past 5 years here working day and night in an incredibly rigorous program. You've got some guts and will surely leave here to be pioneers of architectural creation. To the students of the School of Engineering, congratulations on taking more math and science courses in each semester than most people take in their entire undergraduate education. You may be a bit more attached to your calculator than is healthy, but you have an incredible capacity for thinking. There have been times when I've sat through classes with you guys and imagined the extraordinary accomplishments that could be achieved through your combined brain power. You'll probably be labeled a nerd for the rest of your life, but there's no doubt that you'll be changing the world through your technological innovation. And so, congratulations to the class of 2007. May your learning never stop.